Is it too late to buy Bitcoin, guys? I'm going to tell you the truth. It's never too late to buy Bitcoin if you understand exactly why Bitcoin was created, the powerful premise behind Bitcoin, and why Bitcoin can really always almost go to infinity. What's up, guys? My name is Tarikpierce. It's my channel. I like to talk about lots of different topics on here, especially cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. So, like I said, in this video, we're going to talk a lot about why it's not too late to buy Bitcoin. So if you guys enjoy this type of content, please smash the thumbs up button, especially if you learned something from this video along the way. So a lot of you guys have been asking me, should I buy Bitcoin now? Is it too late? Is the price too high? And, I really want you guys to understand the underlying premise behind Bitcoin, why it was created in the first place. So Bitcoin, you could say it launched in 2009, right? The first Bitcoin transactions were like in 2009, 2010. If you guys are familiar with the Bitcoin pizza transaction, some guy bought two pizzas. I think he spent something like 10,000 Bitcoin. So, Bitcoin started out as, a new form of money because during the financial collapse of 2008, 2009, okay, the banks basically went under because they were, so many people were buying houses and homes, with these subprime mortgage loans, basically knew that they couldn't afford these houses once the rates adjusted. And it caused an entire financial collapse. A lot of people lost their life savings, lost their jobs. It was a complete mess. And that's why Bitcoin was created. It kind of launched right after, this financial collapse that ripped across the entire planet because at the end of the day, when people are in too much debt, they can go bankrupt and it can cause a lot of problems. So Bitcoin was there to kind of offer the solution: sound money with a fixed supply that can be transferred quickly around the world, seamlessly, decentralized, and not controlled by any one person, government, or entity. Okay. And since that's happened, Bitcoin's prices continue to go up. It's been 10 cents, then a dollar and $10 and $100 and $1,000. And as of recording this video, Bitcoin's sitting around, anywhere between $68,000 to $70,000. And I believe in the future, Bitcoin will go to $100,000. So it's really not too late to buy Bitcoin if you understand that the value of the US dollar and all of these currencies are going to go to their true intrinsic value, which is zero. Okay, they're not really backed by anything. They're basically backed by trust. And over time, more and more people are losing trust in the fiat currencies, not because they're inherently bad, but just because the value keeps going down as governments issue more currency, right? So we've seen this, right? Okay, there's a great example in the past history. There was this big tulip craze, okay? And, this happened a long time ago in Europe, and everyone was crazy about tulips. And then when the supply of tulips started increasing, the price went down. So that's the issue, as the government, US government, has to create more and more money to pay the interest on the debts. The individual value of each dollar goes down, and this is why so many people are struggling. This is why we're seeing a homelessness crisis in America. This is why we're seeing people having to move back in with their parents, okay, living in their cars. All of these have been caused by the dollar and all of these fiat currencies losing their value. So is it too late to take some of your currency or all of it, whatever you decide, and convert it into sound money? No, it's not too late. And obviously, you would have gotten more Bitcoin if you guys had started buying Bitcoin in the past. Okay, I started my first Bitcoin purchase in 2019, but I wish I had started in 2015. Okay, I wish I had started in 2012. Every year, there's always a group of people that thinks it's too late, but over time, the price of Bitcoin has just continued to go up and up and up and up. It's really important for you guys to understand that over time, the M2 money supply, the amount of US dollars in circulation, is just going to continue to go up to constantly pay the interest on the debts. This is unavoidable. This is a symptom of a growing problem all across the world, that we got away from sound money habits, and we stopped saving sound money like gold and silver and stuff like that can't be created or destroyed. It can't be manipulated. There's a fixed amount of gold and silver, and we started saving these fiat currencies, and this is kind of where things got out of whack. So Bitcoin puts us back on sound money standards. Okay, I actually own gold and silver has performed really well. I'm uploading this video in It's April, it's in early April 2024, and gold and silver's prices are up. And that's simply because there's a massive flight, okay, to sound money, okay? I do truly believe that, holding most of your wealth in, currencies and the stock market and stuff like that, it's risky in the future because I believe that Bitcoin's market cap right now is very tiny. Okay, let's say there's about 900 trillion dollars, almost a quadrillion dollars worth of assets floating around on Earth, and Bitcoin's market cap is just 1.3 trillion dollars as of recording this video. A lot of that currency is going to flow into Bitcoin. So it's going to flow away from bonds. It's going to flow away from real estate. It's going to, it's going to flow away from the stock market. Okay, derivatives, all of these other instruments of wealth that people are putting their money and their time into, to avoid inflation. I believe all of that money is going to flood into Bitcoin. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Bitcoin flip gold in the future. Okay, gold's market cap right now is about $15 trillion. That means Bitcoin have to do like a 10 to 12x. I wouldn't be surprised to do that. And we could see a day in the near future. I'm not talking about the next 20 to 30 years, maybe within the next 5 to 6 years, that Bitcoin could legitimately become at least 10% of the world's global assets. So that means Bitcoin would probably have to hit somewhere like $100 trillion market cap and basically do like an 100x from here. So that means instead of looking at Bitcoin trading at 70, let's say $70,000, Bitcoin would be around $7 million, and this could happen, by the end of the decade or within the next 6 to 10 years. So is it too late to get a potential 100x on your money? Time's gonna pass anyway, guys. Bitcoin is working for you and me and all the other Bitcoiners on the network every 10 minutes, performing block after block after block with transparency and verifiable transactions that anyone in the world can look at and see. And there's this amount of transparency and trust built into the Bitcoin blockchain, the Bitcoin software code that doesn't really exist with the modern day fiat currency system, the US dollar, the yen, the euro, whatever. So my answer to the question is, it is not too late to buy Bitcoin. No, but you need to take action, guys. Okay, there's one thing to say I'm going to buy Bitcoin. Is another thing to actually do it. Take action. It's not too late. I'll tell you guys my average purchase price. Okay, my average Bitcoin purchase price is about $40,000. So I'm up nearly 100% on my almost. I'm almost up 100% on my original cost basis on my Bitcoin purchase. But I wish I had started earlier. There was a time where I saw Bitcoin trading at like $8,000 to $10,000. I will never forget it. That guy, he goes by the name Pomp. I think Andrew Popoloni, something like that. I remember I was following him on X, or Twitter. It's formerly Twitter, now X. I remember he was talking about buying Bitcoin at $10,000, and I really didn't understand what he was talking about because back then, I was still fresh. It was like my second year into Bitcoin. I didn't really understand what it was. But looking back, I would just have so much more Bitcoin if I had bought it when it was cheaper. So now I have an average cost basis of $40,000, which is still pretty good. But at that point, I'm pretty sure at $40,000, some people thought it was too late to buy Bitcoin. And even right now, in the future, when Bitcoin gets over six figures, a lot of people will think it's too late to buy. So just realize that the amount of money that's going to pour into Bitcoin is going to skyrocket over the next 4 to 6 years, over the next decade. It's only going to keep going up and up and up as more and more people flight to save money. So it's not too late to buy Bitcoin, guys. Just make sure you take action and you set aside, like I said, I recommend setting aside at least 10% of your income into Bitcoin. If you guys take that action, that simple action, once you get your paycheck, once you make your money or however you guys get paid with your business, take 10% of that income, dump it into Bitcoin. Do more if you can, but start at 10%. And you guys will be able to achieve financial freedom with Bitcoin in the near future. We're not talking about, holding an S&P 500 index fund and holding it for 30 years. You guys should be able to become financially free within 1 or 2 cycles, which is usually within 4 to 8 years, which is fantastic. So like I said, guys, I hope I answered the question. You guys have any more questions, be sure to check me out on X. I'm also active on my website, tarikpierce.com. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. If you guys need to send me an email, my email address is available as well in the description. You guys can send me an email if you need private one-on-one consultations. you want to ask me anything, we can talk via Skype or WhatsApp, whatever's convenient for you. So that's all I got until, guys. Till the next video.